Find me a shooter.
Fred put him through a meat grinder.
Sounds to me like Mr. Clark needs to choose his friends a little more carefully.
Terry's like a hick from Gisborne.
Okay, but with delusions of grandeur. I say anything to you, he'll know.
He'll get whoever he wants.
He'll kill me.
G'day, I'm Fred. Hello there.
Did you hear what happened to Freeman? He got nabbed travelling on a false passport. So I certainly wouldn't want to be the bloke who made that call when he finds out how they got him.
It's a jungle out there. It's a jungle out there. It's a jungle out there.
I always said you looked better with that makeup.
Terry.
I scare you. Missed you. A problem I had. It's been sorted.
You mean Doug?
Only cost me 10 grand. Remember they give you a discount for useless junkies?
So he's dead.
Yeah. Freak took them out to the bush. He shot Doug first. Then Izzy begged him to shoot her too. So he did. The dog's okay though. He doesn't kill dogs. Apparently. Baby, frightened. Ellie, the last thing I want to do is upset you. I'm only telling you so you understand the situation. Hey. So you know where we stand.
You're late.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of driving involved. Taking care of your shit. Your shoulder's seized up, I'm in bloody agony.
All right. About the job. It's all done?
No, I winged both of them. They're probably down at Russell Street right now talking to the Jacks. Christ's sake.
Just want to hear you say it.
I told you on the phone. It's done and dusted. Here's a handbag. It was in the car. Wallet and keys.
You're supposed to leave the keys with the car at the airport.
Yeah, about the car, there's a bit of a hitch.
Is he a moron? The car goes to the airport, so it'll look like they pissed off.
Calmo, Roberto. You'll give yourself a heart attack.
I asked you to arrange a
The
service.
job's done.
Half done.
They're dead, aren't they?
Loose ends could finish us. Where is it?
He said he ran out of time.
So he left it here. And what was he late for? His mum's funeral. Street like this, you fart, it gets noticed. Oh, Jesus Christ, not now.
What? What's wrong? What are you doing? Piss on the fucking tree.
Look, it's either this or you get a big wet stain inside your precious bloody Merc, all right?
Listen, what are we going to do about the car?
You hop in it, you drive it out to the airport and you leave it in the long-term car park where it's supposed to be.
Me?
You hired him.
The cops could be surveying the vehicle.
What do you think this is, James Bond?
Oh, cops do that stuff, all right? They leave the victim's car, see
No
who
one's
comes to it.
watching.
Then you do it.
God have mercy on us. Follow me, all right? You can do that. And when this is finished, you get rid of all this stuff. For good.
After the mess with the Wilsons' car, Frank Tazzoni wasn't taking any more chances. When it came to getting rid of the keys, he threw them in a stormwater drain, where the first heavy rains would wash them straight into Port Phillip Bay, never to be seen again.
Are you offering to sell me your whole operation, Terry?
No, just Australia and New Zealand. I keep Europe and the US. Yes, it states it right here. That should say Terence James Sinclair agrees to sell. It's my new name. I changed it legally.
You running, Terry?
Why would I run, Bob?
Well, that's what I'd like to know.
I'm expanding, not running. The bloke who started McDonald's. You think he manages every store by himself? No. He starts them off, then someone else does that while he fucks. Plays golf. Yeah, it's called franchising. The point is, I'm offering you the Australian end, lock, stock and barrel, and even 20 million. It's 10% you up front.
Oh, no worries. I'll just give Howard Hughes a bell, see if he can kick in a mill or two.
You know how much smack we move every month? What would you say the organisation's worth?
Well, it does come with some liabilities.
I'll straighten out the Singapore end.
Talk's cheap, Terry.
Hello.
Ali, I need your help with something.
Now? What's wrong?
This is important. I'll come out in a couple of hours. Be ready to go.
He wouldn't hurt you, though, Ali, would he? Who knows? I didn't think he'd hit Doug either. Have you done anything? No. I don't think so. God, I don't even know anymore. It could be anything. Maybe you should just leave him. I'll help you. I can't leave him. Yes, you can. Do you want me to come out with you?
Come on, Ali. There. There's $2 million worth of smack. I gotta go to Singapore for a few days. Sort things out. Shake things up. I need someone back here that knows about this. In the end, you're the only person I trust. Will you help me, Ali?
Of course. I'll do anything.
lawyer reckons they couldn't charge me unless they found me phony passport.
Not in the States, they couldn't. But my informant tells me the Commonwealth have a passport application with your photo on it, in the false name, matched to a US entry card. No, that's enough.
Your informant got any ideas about how they latched onto me in the first place?
Well, it wasn't my documents. They were legit. I mean, they were dodgy, obviously, but they were top-quality dodgy.
Well, our best bet is to deal with it at committal, so it never even makes it to trial. Happily, we have some very thirsty friends over at the magistrates, including His Worship Murray Farquhar himself.
I'll leave you to it. If you need any more drinking money, just let me know.
Why don't you use 2 fingers, Nick? That way I can get a second opinion.
Cover yourself, Bob. I've got a weak stomach. The reason you're pissing all the time is your prostate. It's enlarged.
Enlarged? Is it a tumour?
It's possible. The only way to find out and be 100% sure is a biopsy.
Should we do one?
It involves a very big needle.
You people are sadists.
Relax. Just have a regular prostate exam, drop a bit of weight, and get some exercise.
Does running up the stairs at Randwick to the members count?
Your blood pressure's through the roof, Bob. You're in prime heart attack country.
Well, but I've had a stressful run.
Bad weekend at the track?
Amongst other things.
Look, I heard about a business opportunity a bloke Freeman introduced me to. Could be a lot of money in it.
I like the last part.
The thing is, it's out of my usual area of expertise.
Jesus, son, put it away.
Just thought you'd want to see a sample. It's good stuff, he reckons. Mick, we believe you.
How much of this have you got, exactly?
It's about 140 kilos.
140 kilos?
Yeah, give or take a K, you know, scales aren't great.
I think I may be able to raise that deposit.
It's to you, Bob.
I guess I'll never fall in love.
The Australian legal system. And to our learned Chief Magistrate, Murray Farquhar, he makes sure that justice gets done, eventually.
Comes with the job, George. From first to last, this was a case of persecution, and I will not abide that in my court.
Cheers. Cheers. Drink to that. Cheers. Cheers. Sorry, Bob, bottle's empty.
I know you're going to head off soon, but I've made us some lunch.
Hey, Ali. I go for 2 weeks. I don't give a fuck about lunch.
Let the little girl dance. Let the little girl dance. She never danced before. So let her on the floor. Let the little girl dance. Let the little girl dance. She wants to give it a try. So let the little girl
Ignore her.
Can't make it.
Now she got the nerve to take the chance. So let the little girl dance.
Come in.
G'day, Tel.
Ali. This is Aussie Bob.
We've already met.
Thanks.
Lovely meal, Allison. I'm supposed to be dieting, but that made it hard.
Terry, maybe we should get going. Your flight leaves at 4.
We have to discuss some business first. Ali, I've decided to sell the Australian into the organisation to Bob. From now on, you'll be working for him.
Working with me, actually.
I don't understand.
Well, Bob will need someone to show him the ropes. I'll be guaranteeing supply from Asia and coming back from time to time, but no one knows the day-to-day workings better than you. Bob will decide where he needs you.
Oh, Christ, excuse me, people. I got a point, Percy. I don't get much notice these days. Jeez.
What's with the surprise?
I thought you were winding things
I
up.
didn't say winding things up. I said restructuring.
And I'm left working for Bob.
Temporarily, Ali.
And later, Bob decides where he needs me?
The deal is dependent on him laying down a sum of money. If and when I get that money, I'll come back for you. Ali. You really think I could turn my back on you? I got a flight to catch.
I'll take you to the airport.
No.
I'll do it.
Let the little girl dance.
In the years to come, Michael Hurley would emerge as one of the leaders of the East Coast milieu. But at the moment, he was a fast-talking young man who thought he could play the big boys off against each other and keep the biggest cut for himself. Which just wasn't how the game was played in New South Wales.
Shit.
Excuse me, sir. Are you the owner of this vehicle?
I might be.
Well, if you were, would you object to us having a look in the back?
Well, you need a warrant for that.
A warrant?
Mate, you've been watching too many Yank TV shows.
Smell that, mate.
Michael's misfortune was also Bob's. His plan for a quick payday was fucked.
150 kilos of marijuana makes this a very serious, indictable offence, Michael. It's called trafficking.
I didn't even know the gear was there, so it couldn't be trafficking, could it?
So what you're saying, you were just standing there, taking in the sights, completely unaware that you had 150 kilograms of cannabis in the back of your van?
Well, someone must have put it there, like playing a trick on me or something.
Have you got any idea what you're looking at if you maintain this attitude, Michael? 15 years in prison, 15 of the best years of your life. Of course, if you want to help me out, name your buyer, then we could talk about some big sentence reductions. Remember, Michael, these blokes were happy to make all the money while you took all the risks. Is that fair?
Your involvement in this comes to me as a complete surprise.
Well, I decided against the full-page ad this time.
As far as we knew, Bob, Hurley was fair game, all right? You know, a young dickhead with his head up his ass. If I had known that you were the buyer...
Wait, I'm getting mixed messages here.
Bob, he was shopping his gear all around town trying to get the best price. And one of his potential buyers didn't take too well to being rejected.
So he gave you a call?
Look, I'm sure that this situation can be all sort of cleared up.
Why the fuck didn't you tell me you were talking to other buyers?
I was just making inquiries.
Yeah, I've made inquiries. Blokes you talk to, it's like a who's who list of Sydney villains.
Yeah, well, they're a bunch of tight asses is what I'll say.
Tight asses. Flush turds like you every day. They don't even bother to wash their hands.
You know what? I don't fucking need this because I am mates with George Freeman.
You're his fucking plumber.
I might be a plumber, but I'm not rolling over and doing 15 fucking years.
Fine. Now, you want me to get you out of the shit you're in? You show me some respect.
Maybe I'll look after myself instead.
Sorry?
See, the prosecutor's offered me a deal. All I have to do is name names and testify.
Watch that.
I'm about to get married next month, Bob, and there is no way that I'm wasting the best years of my life just to look after a dodgy, bloody, fucking eye tie.
There is a rumour that they're going to dismantle us altogether and split our responsibilities between ASIO and customs.
Well, they don't understand the problem we're tackling.
The last thing we want is for him to think that we're bullying him.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease, Colin.
Sometimes a squeaky wheel gets removed and replaced with a quiet one. Our best strategy is to present a small target.
It might be a bit late for that. I already sent him my file with the Freeman material.
He's here. He's coming in now.
Prime Minister, welcome. This is my number 2, Inspector Dave Priest.
Sir.
Can we offer you anything? Coffee or tea?
No drinks. I've got exactly 5 minutes. We've got a lot to cover. Requests for additional funding are not usually accompanied by such a comprehensive document.
Of course, Prime Minister, but this is a very complex matter.
Is it the full picture?
Mr. Prime Minister, we're a small organisation and we've only been on this a short time. The things in that file, you need to think of them as an iceberg. We've only uncovered the tip. If you don't like what you see there, I can promise you the real picture is 10 times, 50 times, 100 times worse. But if we're going to do anything about that, it's going to take time. And it's going to take money.
Fine. How much do you need?
How bad is it?
He wants to cut a deal. Says he's happy to name names.
Does he know any names?
Bob, but there's a fair few of us around.
I might have given him my business card when we first met.
Well, next time you might as well drop in your CV and a few mugshots as well.
This reduces your options.
So do we have to, shut him up?
Quick draw Paltos here thinks we should knock him. You want to pull the trigger, Nick?
The cops are all over this now and they expect to make some money. I can't see them agreeing to a strategy that involves zero profit.
So what? We're fucked. I can't go to prison.
You got a result from Judge Farquhar when Freeman had his problem.
Murray Farquhar's the chief magistrate. He's not a judge.
Look, I don't care if he's the Grand Poobah of Albania, as long as he can sort this out.
Well, he's also retiring. Even if he can help, it's going to be harder to organise. And more costly. You'll have to downgrade it from an indictable offence to a summary offence.
150 kilos, summary. Bit of a stretch. It would help if the police prosecutor was on side, if he asked for a downgrade.
Normally my forte, but the bloke who's handling this is some sort of a crusader. If you could have a quiet word to the commissioner.
I'll do it, but it's going to take a lot more than a quiet word.
I assume there'll be a few blokes who want to drink there too.
Let's hope the person who's paying for this has got deep pockets. We operate in an imperfect system, but that's where compromise and discretion come into play.
There's a question mark over the quality of the material we seized. You might like to use that.
Well, perhaps you could have a word to someone at the analytical labs. The police prosecutor would also need some direction.
Still, for me to go out on a limb here is a bit of a big ask.
The laws of natural justice dictate that you're compensated for that. Beautiful day.
Lovely, Murray.
What do you got there? What's that, mate?
haven't identified them yet, at least according to the papers. But when I read young couple found buried in Victoria, it did make me wonder.
It can't be them. I already told you the Wilsons went through a meat mincer.
Fine. There's no problem then. Just thought I should ask.
Hey, Andy. Where's Lord Marty?
It appears he's gone bush.
What? He knew I was coming.
Aye. Darling, that's why he's asked me to give you this.
What the fuck's that?
Oh, it's a present for your birthday.
My fucking birthday was a month ago. What the fuck has my birthday got to do with anything? He's holding my money, and I haven't seen the goods yet.
Well, that's where he's gone. To source the gear that he still owes you.
Why couldn't he tell me that to my face?
I'm going to be honest with you, Tel. I reckon he shot through on purpose. I mean, I think he might be trying to avoid you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll kill this shitbag. No bodies. I said no bodies, that's all I asked. Is that so much to ask?
What can I say? He fucked up.
I had important business in Sydney. Now, because of this, oh, Jesus.
Called him again?
Enough phone calls. If these two turned up, other things could turn up. Other jobs as Stronzo did. If Mackay turns up...
It's been years.
If Don Mackay turns up, we're all fucked. Our friends in Griffith will not be pleased.
Are we sure it's the Wilsons?
Who do you think it is? Donnie and Marie. You said they were going through a meat mincer. I need to talk to this Fred now.
George, thanks for coming. This is my associate, Bob Jones.
Pleased to meet you, Bob. I'm here to ask you a favour, George. I need to talk to Fred.
Well, the idea of the middleman is to keep distance. The way I understood it, we were never even going to meet.
The way I understood it, the bodies were never supposed to turn up. So I guess we're both disappointed.
Look, I agreed to meet you so there wouldn't be any bad blood. But I've done all I can. End of story.
How much do you know about me, George?
Bugger all, Bob.
Well, you know that I've had at least 3 people killed. Now, if I knew that much about a bloke, I'd think carefully when he asked me for a favour.
G'day. That little prick. Making threats. Talking like he's going to have me knocked off or something.
Bob Jones, you reckon?
Yeah, but that'll be bullshit. Now, if the rumours I heard are right, and the bloke who fronted the money was Italian...
All right, you tell him I'm meeting.
Is this how you woo all your new recruits?
No. Some get tuna, others chicken. For you, I figured roast beef. So, have you thought about my offer?
I joined the police because I wanted to catch bad guys. Now, you take the piss out of Messina, but he's put away more villains than any cop I know. With you lot, I don't see many wins. No offence.
The guys we're chasing, it's not so simple. We'll get them. We've got to find new ways of spinning it. It hasn't been announced yet, but we're about to get a massive cash injection. That'll mean cars, gizmos, but what we need most is flash people.
This was in the male victim's back pocket.
A speeding ticket issued in Tarcutta at 2:35 p.m. on the 13th. Less than 12 hours before they were killed. Driving down from Sydney.
It was a Victorian rego.
We've talked to the issuing officer.
He remembers them. Nothing unusual, except there was a dog in the car.
But no dog at the burial site.
Driver's licence was issued in New South. We've done a residential check on the address, and it seems no one of that name ever lived there.
Assuming Andrew Vincent actually exists.
Worth talking to the boys in Sydney.
I think we'll keep this one close to our chests. All right, we're looking for the car and any means of identification.
Sir, I wanted to tell you something. I've been offered a job by Inspector Priest.
Did you take it?
Not yet.
Your Worship, I've been directed by my superior that, given the analyst's certificate, you may feel disposed to deal with this matter here, summarily.
Yes. It appears that the THC content of the material tested is under 3%.
Well, that is true of the samples that were tested.
And yet the cannabis has been valued by the police at $1.5 million. Seems highly exorbitant.
The issue is what the material might have fetched on the streets. But of course, Your Worship understands that.
I think that, in fairness to the defendant, we're obliged to strike out this value of $1.5 million. Perhaps I'll write of some value in here instead. Given this revision, I think it's appropriate that I follow your suggestion, Mr. Crawford, and dispense with this here as a summary matter.
Michael Hurley was convicted, but given a good behaviour bond and walked free. And Murray Farquhar retired the next day.
Mate, I like the way you guys work.
These two gentlemen will drive you straight to the airport.
Hey?
You have a ticket. One way, direct flight to the Philippines. And there you can look after yourself.
What? No, I haven't seen my fiancée yet.
Take my advice. You've costed a lot of people a bloody lot of money. Piss off until things cool down.
Let's go, mate.
Yeah. It's George, your middleman. I spoke to Fred. He's willing to talk.
Now?
In an hour. You know Nappy's 2-up school in North Melbourne? He'll be alone. You should be too.
You're not setting me up, are you, George?
Believe me. Fred's old school. He says he'll be alone. He'll be alone.
You put that thing down and step back. If you ever point a gun at one of my dogs again, I'll take it off you and stick it up your ass.
What sort of fucking idiot brings a dog to a meet like this?
He's sick. What do you want me to do, leave him home alone?
Fine. He's sick.
You ring my wife? You yell at her?
Tony called her.
Who does he answer to? Yeah, see, you blokes, you think you can use me up and then throw me away. Well, I work my ass off. I got a sore shoulder. I get spasms. I got a really bad throat. Huh? You blokes want miracles.
No. All I wanted was for the bodies to disappear. That's all.
So what did you have against those poor bastards?
Just trying to help a mate.
Helping mates has caused me more drama than Sheilas and cops put together.
Let's forget about the fucking Wilsons. What's done is done. I'm just interested in Mackay. I need to be sure that Mackay's never gonna turn up.
The only way anyone will find out where that body is if I talk. So you and your mates, you stay off my toes. We got a deal?
It had been in the pound all along, abandoned at the airport. It was left there 36 hours after they died. Oh, we found this under the front seat. It's from a Sydney side gallery. Invite to an art opening, addressed to Robert Douglas Wilson. Looks like he could be a Kiwi, and he could be the dead male.
Let me know when you're here.
Sir, I've already handed the file over. Today's my last day.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Right away, sir. I might not see you again, and I just wanted to say that it's been an honour to work with you, sir.
Mum always had misgivings about leaving Joy Messina, but the Commonwealth Police were armed with much more than guns. They had money, American technology, and the first Australian police force computer. They were beginning the real fight against organised crime.
You're back. Might have told me. There's that much needs doing here. It's not funny.
I'm not laughing.
We've got to get with it, Bob. The music we're playing here, it's depressing. It's nearly 1980. Oh, and you got a call. From a Terry that didn't sound happy. Are we on, or do I look somewhere else? You understand that?
Love, I've been running around like a headless chook, just about pissing myself, eating lettuce for lunch and dinner. Finally, I'm home, and here you are, giving me a hard time about the bloody restaurant.
Oh. A poor old teddy bear. Cheer up, hey? This music thing, it's no problem. We can do Italian-type stuff if you like. It's just a matter about finding something a bit more original.
By now, Bob was left with two choices. He either had to say goodbye to Terry's guaranteed supply of heroin from Asia and see it go to someone else, or he could take his life in his hands, return to the Badrini, confess he'd been doing, well, a few small trial runs in hard drugs, and present them with a business plan they'd hopefully find irresistible.
I just want to spend the night with you. I just want to do it right with you. I just want to spend the night with you. There's nothing I would rather
Hello.
G'day, Tal. I'm happy to say I'll be transferring the full 10% deposit to your account immediately.
Good. That might make up for the fact that you dropped me right in the shit. That's Fred. He was your guy.
Let's just remember, I was helping you out. This Wilson thing, it wasn't my problem.
What was with the bloody meat grinder bullshit?
Well, you got to admit, it's a bloody good story. Could be tricky here for you, though, mate. Now they've been identified.
All right, I'll call you when I've made some plans. Look after yourself, mate.
You too, Terry. You too.
Terry Clark had pulled off the deal of a lifetime, but he was only just realising what it might have cost him.
G'day, love.
Hi.
Kay, isn't it?
Yeah, hey.
So, you ready to go here?
I'll get us some coffee.
How you been? Not easy, this business with Terry, eh?
It's fine. Terry goes away all the time.
Yeah, not like this.
What do you mean?
You didn't hear? Oh, sorry, love. I assumed you knew. That Wilson's thing, it blew up. Terry's shot through for good.
To every empire. They all rise and fall. They all have a defining moment, a moment where something changes and the tide turns forever.